Alright guys, so here's the review of the Pagani design PD1687. So this is a Rolex Daytona Homage, and yes, I have reviewed that one before, but this is actually a slightly different one. So this is a new 2021 model. It's got a different dial and a few other different bits and pieces. They do a few different versions, different variations, but we'll get into that in the review. Full disclosure though, I was sent this watch for free. I don't have to send it back, but as always, it's not going to change the way I do my reviews. I'm going to keep it 100% honest all the time, no matter what. So, like I say, I've been trying it out for a while, and let's get down to it, find out if it's any good. So, here it is, comes in the usual Pagani box, nothing too flash, but does the job. We've got cleaning cloth, then we've got the usual unsigned warranty card and instruction manual, but we're not bothered about them. Just get all this out of the way, and let's get right down to it. So here's the watch itself. So like I said in the intro, this is basically just an update of the previous Daytona. So it's not really a totally new watch, they've just added a slightly new dial basically. And obviously this is on a rubber strap. But they do have different variations available. I'll leave a link down in the description as always. Also, I'll probably put some pictures on screen so you can quickly see the different ones they offer. But let's go to zoom in on that dial. So we've got some nice detailing on those subdials, circular pattern, and then we've got that nice little red accent in the centre, matching the red on the sport, on the text, and the red of the chrono hand as well. Just helps tie it together nicely. And then we've got those numbers as opposed to just the markers on the previous one, and they are actually applied as well. There is a little bit of loom on them, but we'll talk about that in a bit. Quickly zoom back out though, because I've noticed a slight issue with mine. I think that dial is slightly misaligned, because if you look at the bottom, this bit looks like it's lining up with the bezel, the tachometer, but the actual dial looks like it's slightly skewed to the right. So I think the dial is actually twisted slightly to the left. Only slightly, but enough to be noticeable. So, a little bit disappointing. But with the kind of price you're paying for this, that is something you do have to take into account. Because at this kind of price point, the QC can be a little bit hit and miss. Other than that though, I've not found any other issues with this one. Give that a quick wipe. So the case is actually fully polished on this one, so there's a little bit of a fingerprint magnet, but it is nicely finished. And then that bezel is ceramic as well. And then we've got that signed crown. And we have actually got screw pushers on this, same as the other one. So if we unscrew them, I'll quickly show you that in action. So if we push the top one, that engages the chrono hand. Because this is a mecha quartz, it's a VK63, you've got that, looks almost like a mechanical sweep as opposed to a quartz tick. And then push it again, stops it, push the bottom one, get the reset. So zoom back in on the dial for a second. So that one at the 3 o'clock, that's a 24-hour subdial. The one at the 6, that's the ticking second hand. And then the one at the 9 o'clock, that's the 60-minute for the chrono. Seeing as we're zoomed in, quickly talk about the rest of the dial a bit. So it's fully printed text. Got the Pagani logo, Pagani design under that, chronograph, and then sport. I personally think it's a little bit too much. I don't think you need the logo and the actual text. Pick one or the other, but that's just me. And then we've got that date window, which is a little cramped looking down there. Now we've got the numbers next to it, instead of just the markers. But it blends in well enough, so you don't notice it unless you need it. So I guess that's not too bad. So I'll quickly screw these back down, and then we'll talk about the rest of the movement on this quickly. So it is handy having these screwed down, so then you can't accidentally activate the chrono. So now they're locked. So the actual crown is screwed down too. So unscrew that, pop it out once, and then we can change the date. So that's just ticked over now. Pop it out again. If you look at that second sub-dial, it's actually stopped, so we go hacking. And then we can change the time. And pop it back in, re-engages. So no issues with that at all. So I'll quickly talk about this strap a bit more because I do quite like this. So it's a rubber strap. It does actually have a bit of a curve in it, and we've got this nice detailing on the back, so it is really comfortable. I do like it quite a lot. Not normally a massive fan of rubber straps, but this one I do like, getting into them a bit more lately. And then we've got a quite nicely done buckle with the branding on. Nice interesting shape. Done something a little bit different with it, not just your standard one you get. And then when it comes to the case back, we've got that silhouette of the car in the centre, which is interesting. Obviously a nod to the fact that this is a chronograph that's used for that kind of thing, timing and stuff. And we've got a quick release on these as well on the strap, so that's always good to see. Then we've got the Pagani design, the model number at the bottom, the PD1687. The fact that it's stainless steel and 100 metre water resistant. So let's quickly test now whether we've got sapphire crystal on this, using the trusty diamond selector 2. And yep, we have got sapphire crystal. So it's always good. So before I show you on wrist, I'll quickly show you now what the Loom's like on this. So not really showing up a lot at the moment, but let's charge it up, give it a chance. And there we go. So you can see we've got a little bit, but already it's fading pretty quickly. So it's not really that usable. I don't really know why they bothered putting any on, because it fades that quickly and there's that little of it to begin with. It's pretty much useless. But it is what it is, I guess. So all it's left to do now is show you what it's like on wrist. So this is what it looks like on my 7-inch wrist. So I do really like this strap. It's really comfortable, really nice. And with that compact lug to lug, it does wear nicely as well. If you're not that keen on this colour, like I said earlier, they do have quite a few different versions. They also have some on bracelets as well, I think. But as always, links down in the description if you want to check it out. They are affiliate links, does help support the channel, but you don't pay any extra. But that's it for this one, guys. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.